So here I am at the scene of the crime, right? I'm down here. This is not exactly the parade route. I took a video about the parade route. I didn't release it. I might release it or whatever. But anyway, I'm down here about the scene of the crime. Around there, Church Avenue coming up. I was on Greenwich. Church Avenue's coming up. Broadway is right after that. And I just take this time. Because this one thing that just came to my thoughts, man. Listen, I'm a dude, I walk around, I think basketball every day, man. It's part of my life, big part of my life. The NBA and basketball in general, big part of my life, man. So, I think about this channel and what I want to say, and, the next time I do lives or when I go live, what I want to talk about. And, look, man, I plan on doing a maybe 45 minutes to 90 minute show, and it wound up being 3.5 hours, man. Me and Big Hawk spent last hour or so, and I don't know if many people caught it, but talking about the Carmelo Anthony case and the verdict and the appeal, and But let's get down to brass tacks. I'm gonna go down Broadway in my route. But let's get on the brass tacks. Let's talk about what I want to talk about. And I got to start off with this, man. Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, not Garnett. Kevin Durant, man. Don't fix your grubby lips. Don't fix your grubby lips to speak about Jalen Brunson ever again, man. Because while you've had a great career, and you probably have one of the great top 20 careers of all time, you were a great NBA great. You're first ballot Hall of Famer, the whole nine. You're not on this level right now, right? And you're not built like him. You didn't do what he did, right? Now, one thing, I preface this by always saying, I never criticized Kevin Durant for taking the routes that he took. And here comes what is part of the parade route, man. I could imagine how crazy it was that day. I'm trying to think about which way I would have approached it, but I don't know for the next time. And trust me, there will be a next time. And this is why I bring up Kevin Durant and what he said. See, first of all, again, speaking on Jalen Brunson and the comments that you made that there might be another 53 years, that's firmly a possibility. But I want you to understand, Kevin Durant, what the Knicks did this year, they broke your team's record, okay? So I must preface this by saying this. The Knicks broke your team's record as far as the most dominant playoff run via point differential. And they did it by 50 points. Now, you were 16-1 on that team, that won the championship in 2017, right? And then you went back to back with 2018. But this is where, again, don't venture to think that what you did and how you did it. See, again, I'm trying not to be, I'm choosing my word because I don't want to be a hypocrite. Because as I say, I don't criticize Kevin Durant for taking the path that he took. Yet, here's what I know. It's not what Jalen Brunson did. And that's the part that needs to be understood. You didn't do what Jalen Brunson did. You didn't come close to doing what Jalen Brunson did. You didn't do it like him. You didn't do it. And again, I'm not saying there was no honor in what you did, but you did another path. See, I don't criticize the path that you took. I don't criticize the path that you took in the very least, my brother. But you didn't do what Jalen Brunson did. So to speak out your mouth and to arrogantly say it might be another 53 years. Well, look, the Knicks had a dominant playoff run. And when they won 67 games like you, it almost makes me believe that you're not a believer in the New York Knicks. And let's be real, brother. You went to a place where, hey, this is your fifth team overall, fourth, one, two, three teams since leaving Golden State. What have you done? See, well, I don't criticize you for taking the path that you taken. Where I do criticize you, why I could firmly criticize you, is for the results. And to mind you, you had great results, right? 2 great playoff runs. Again, you were plus 233 with Golden State in 2017. So that was, you played 17 playoff games. You won by a total of 20. The positive differential was 233. You only lost 1 game. The Knicks lost 3 games. They lost those 3 games by a combined 6 points. They were plus 289 in the 16 that they won. Are you telling me that the Knicks, and this is what I mean, performance-wise, weren't on par, that where we don't have a chance to go back-to-back, that we don't have a chance to be in the finals picture for the next 4 or 5 years? See, this is the problem with now. This is the problem I have with you now. The problem, and again, Kevin Durant did what he did because of ring culture, right? And this is the nastiness of ring culture. You have seen Jalen Brunson personally, when you were on the floor. I know the Phoenix game, right before Becky Hammond said he wasn't a 1A, the game he came down to your gym and he dropped 50, 9 and 9, and he went 9 for 9 from 3. And you still ain't a believer. See, this is what makes me feel that you don't respect. This is why you don't respect the brotherhood. Now, we all know that you wanted to be in New York, but you didn't want to smoke the cane in New York. That's why you and your friend Kyrie Irving went to the Brooklyn Nets, right? Now, far be it, you didn't really own anything like you. And I will give you this credit. You did play your ass off, especially against Milwaukee in that series, right? You played your ass off. You made no excuses. I said it then. I'll say it now, and I respect Kevin Durant. I respect you for that, Kevin Durant. You played your ass off. You didn't whine about who was hurt. You didn't cry about Giannis hurting your guy on purpose. You did none of that, and I respect that. I appreciate that, because that's what real ones do. They don't sully up. It was Giannis's year that year. Giannis, you don't disrespect the Warrior. You don't do what Wemby did and disrespect the performance. You don't sit there and say, you know what, this guy was better than me. This you know what I'm saying? You didn't sully that. You knew that you had a scorer's duel for the ages with Giannis, and you didn't sully that by whining about who was hurt or none of that. Okay? You gave it your all. You dealt with the players that were there. All right? But again, at the very least, you did not fulfill, you didn't even come close to fulfilling what you wanted to. And it seems like, it's no dirt off your shoulder. And that's fine, because again, it's the Brooklyn Nets, and who cares? See, New York Knicks fans will be in your ass had you had the same level of success coming to New York. So you made the smart move to stay away. But you don't fix your grubby lips to speak about a real fucking champion. And again, I must remiss to not make myself a hypocrite by intimating that Kevin Durant didn't win a real champion. But the thing is, brother, what he did was he went to a place and made a team his own. So again, I don't criticize you. You got to live with it. One thing, I don't criticize you, but you got to live with the results. So to sit there and talk about Brunson as if in a dismissive way, as if Brunson can't come out here and go back to back like you did, motherfucker. Sorry. Brunson, Cat, OG. These are guys you played against. These are guys that you competed against. Josh Hart. Mikal Bridges was traded for you. You went to his team and didn't go as far as he did. Now, I understand you had a different role on said team. I get that. But to have no respect for the team that just went through and marched through. See, again, this is gatekeeping shit. This is gatekeeping bullshit that I rail against, that I rally against, that I don't like. I don't like. It's your generation, brother. Your generation that came out the mine. You millennials. Y'all don't own shit. Y'all don't invest in shit. You don't dig in. You are like 93 said. You a motherfucker to sleep on motherfuckers' couches. Ain't none of it. You don't own shit. I'm not saying he don't own, like it's a rich, he's a wealthy individual. But you don't own shit legacy wise. So for you to speak on Jalen Brunson, who as much as you might have had Kobe's respect and admiration as a player, you don't own his mentality. And Jalen Brunson does. Jalen Brunson was more Mamba than you have ever been. You're LeBron. And again, I don't criticize you guys for taking control because I get it. I get what ring culture is. Ring culture. You want to know the personification of ring culture? You want to know the personification of ring culture? When I bring up Charles Barkley's name in a random conversation about champions and NBA greats, I guarantee you, like 3 out of 4 people will laugh. Charles Barkley's name is becoming the butt of jokes, despite being one of the greatest players that ever laced up a basketball sneakers and played basketball. His name winds up becoming a punchline. And that's where you didn't want that to happen to you. Therefore, you took the route that you took. And I get it. I understand why. I understand that yes, the Barkley conundrum, is a peril that most NBA players don't to be an all-star. To be an all-time great and not win a ring is now something of so Stockton, Malone, Mullen, I think Tim Hardaway latched on, right? To be one of those all-time greats, right, and not win a ring has now become a symbol of a joke. Like it's a punchline. You don't want to be that all-time great and never win a ring, and I get it. I get it. But then you speak on guys who did it digging in. Because, mind you, the topic of conversation that led to what you said about Brunson and the Knicks not winning for another 53 years was about Brunson taking that pay cut or taking the lesser extension, because that's what he did. He took the extension that would have paid him less annually, right? To the point where he's the third highest paid player on his team. See, the fact of the matter is that didn't mean much to Brunson. And Brunson did the right thing. He took the lesser extension because he knew it would be better for him in becoming a champion. See, it's where he and the agent who was his first agent and now is his GM, they play the chess game while you play the checkers game. So you play the checkers game, and while you're not the punchline for not winning a ring, you have less respect. And whether it matters to you or not, it does matter to you because you stay on Twitter with your Twitter fingers. So it does matter to you somewhat. You get what I'm saying? You don't have the respect that those guys have. You would have never had the mama respect. Look, you're a champion. No one can take that away from you. You perform unbelievably. But so did Brunson. And dismiss it as if he can't go back to back. Who's stopping him? You and your Houston Rockets? Are you going to show up for the playoffs? Are you aiming to? Because this is the problem. Draymond Green had to look that man in the face and apologize because he was another one of these ring culture fucking idiots who think they're better than they did because he got rings with guys like you because y'all all team up. Brunson did it. He got niggas that he went to college with. Did you get TJ Ford a ring, my nigga? Did you get Augustine a ring before he was out the league? Did you? Did you get Royal Ivy? Any of your Texas brethren? I know you didn't go there 3 years like Brunson. Did you get Royal Ivy a ring? Chris Clack? Did you get your brothers a ring? Your fellow alumni? Your fellow UT cats? Well, I didn't think so. You tried to win one with Kyrie, and y'all just fucking made. I mean, I know COVID was a thing, and your injuries were a thing. I get it. I'm not heartless. But man, to speak on us, to speak on New York, to speak on Knicks fans. You could have came in. You didn't have to never say New York wasn't popping, but you still think we not popping. And that, sir, man, I swear, I understand bulletin board material ain't the same as it used to be. I get it. I understand that bulletin board material ain't what it used to be. But man, see, I know Brunson is one that's sitting here and I heard it. And I ain't like it. Again, I respect you. I defend you for doing what you did. I don't criticize you. I don't think you did anything wrong. You did what you had the right to do. But you don't get to speak on real champions. I'm sorry. You don't get to speak on dudes who dug in and won their championship. So you ran to win your championship, brother, your 2 championships. And you ran again and didn't duplicate that success. Then you ran again and you still haven't duplicated that success. Then you ran again. And you didn't even, again, legitimate injury, I'm sure. I'm not going to sit there and act like you faked the injury, brother. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there and act like you ain't. I don't think you fought that hard to get back on that floor. I know that much. I think it's a little weird that you were healthy ending the regular season, and then after 10 days off, I don't know what type of practicing y'all were doing, but that's another story. I'm not even going to. But I don't think, because again, I don't see it. I see Brunson twist that ankle all throughout the playoffs. Take that shit up. I'm sure Brunson right now in the offseason is hopping along. Because that's the thing, when you get to the playoffs, you got to lay it all out there. You have a whole offseason to rest up and get that massage, you know what I mean? By the time, whatever you are from the regular season, you get to the playoffs, you're not going to be 100%. So if you're 95, you might have to lay it out there and get down to 85. And by the time you're in the finals, you're 85%. It's that war of attrition. That's what the NBA playoffs has become. But man, brother, don't fix your lips to speak on Brunson because he's a current champion.